Dropping this down, selecting an ETF, and we'll select SPY. That will filter out the list below by the SPY hold. So we see here 6 made the percentage gainers list, 6 made the miners list. So they're not a big list, and then out there.
It is one of her core holdings.
We'll take a look there, down 26.9%. And here we could get more insights of what's going on in the pre-market. This is the pre-market chart. We have a minute-by-minute VWAP table. So you can see minute-by-minute what's going on, the volume, average price, change, high-low, closing bid offer. But let's take a look at the earnings.
Well, I mean, it's interesting, Dee, looking at these moves, because we were talking about it. I mean, we were talking about it like weeks ago, about how when things start moving and volatility, the moves can be dramatic. And we've seen it now in Netflix, Facebook, you know, I mean, this move is incredible. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, even to the upside, we've seen big moves. Google very big. I think that in general right now, we have volatility in the market, we have other risk companies, we have the Fed coming out in March, expected to raise interest rates in the same 0.5%, maybe more aggressive. So you got a lot of stuff now that,
and you have things happening in Europe that, you know, could add to the mix. A lot of stuff. Not that there isn't always a lot going on. Certainly the interest rates are a big deal. We're, you know, companies that are making money, as interest rates go up, you get a lot more raise money. And the burn rates are, you know, you're not going to be able to refinance and pull more capital in, so your burn rate becomes incredibly important.
And I think something else is developed in their practices that is going to eventually impact these high, you know, big market cap, high tech stocks, you know, like Facebook, even Apple, Google, are that there's a movement towards privacy with data. Right now, there's an issue, and it's more right now, you read about it more in Europe, it's starting out, but it's how they're collecting data. There are issues with privacy. Now these phones are getting hacked and they don't know how to deal with it. Facebook, you know, Androids, iPhones, they're putting in these spyware devices that they can't even detect. And they call them, I think Bloomberg wrote an article, you guys can look it up, like no touch spyware. And basically you don't even know it's on there. You don't need to click on anything. You don't need to open anything. You don't even see a weird message. It like sits in the background. It appears and disappears. And you know, it's got people worried. And the way I think that, you know, things are moving, it's going to start a little bit revert to business models, right? Their business models are because they rely on collecting data, information, putting out ads, whatever. But now your device or anybody's device, right? And they don't even know it. Like your Pegasus, it's like you could buy like an open market. It's expensive, so basically to get into anybody's device, track everything, their picture, listen in on them.
Sounds like malware. Sounds like something
that yeah, and it's getting cheaper and cheaper to find. So I think those are going to be big hurdles, because what's happening is the expense, and I don't know, anybody deals with technology. When your expenses start going up, tech, you're not making revenue, right? You're basically battling. You're gonna have to hire people and always try to figure out what they're doing, and it's very expensive, to fight hackers. And on top of even Mark Zuckerberg, you're seeing him. He's very, all of a sudden, less enthusiastic about the social media and stuff. And
Copious Pro, welcome. Welcome. What's up, Skin?
And just the action.
Let's go.
Taking Google or taking the tracking devices, something to consider, because I think.
Oh, what's up, bro? How you doing?
That's gonna have a direct impact.
Welcome to the stream, man.
DD?
Yeah.
We have Volleypour has come in, which is awesome.
Oh shit. Volleypour is going on Market Chameleon, boys. We're gonna stream it.
Yeah. About to allow him to come in and talk. Hey,
fuck the music.
Be mispronouncing, but Volleypour, thanks so much for coming in. I'm allowing you to talk. Just remember to unmute yourself, and thanks for holding in there. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you.
How you doing? Yeah. Is it Volleypour? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for coming in. And those who don't know, Volleypour has been on the last couple of days in the chat. It's actually the first time I've seen you, and he's really got some opinions about this volume profile. Now, this for all Dimitri and I don't use the volume profile as a trading technique, but people in the marketplace do use it. But I'm interested to hear Volleypour's opinion and hear what Dimitri has to say. So the floor is yours, Volleypour.
I was sort of shocked when I saw it. I really like your service and recommend it to everyone. The stuff that you give out for free is great. I'm a sub. I literally tell everyone to sub. So I was sort of shocked.
True.
I think you guys know it's not like maybe it's not a popular opinion, but none of that matters. It's prices, geometric Brownian motion, and very basic things in volume profile that like every platform does is sort of embarrassing. There is no buy and sell volume. There's number of transactions. The way determined if it's red or green is based on the price changes. It has nothing to do. It's one-to-one. There's for every buy. There's just like these are basic things, and why is that the money delta half if any of that matters?
Okay. So, and sorry, well, I haven't been like reading the chats and stuff, but is there something you wanted to? Was there like a strategy or something you did want to share?
No, I saw that some guy was doing TA, and I said, it's probably, he knows, he's the founder of the company. It's probability theory, statistics. It's not art. People don't have warehouses in New Jersey co-located with thousands of servers doing thousands of transactions on nanosecond order book doing art. You're doing math. So this idea that I'm going to look and we code certain things for ourselves, and the kids who work with me offer some of them, but like we code these things like volume profile. It doesn't mean you go by the wick of the. What is a wick? These are things that even if in the 60s you were doing, you were sort of behind.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you code? I didn't get that part.
Yeah, to you might like look at the volume profile and you're like, oh, this is something that like I know what it's made of. You go by the top of the thing, you take the volume. Like the fact that people don't even know that the volume when it goes green and red, it really is number of transactions. It's not buy and sell volume. For every buy, there's a sell. These are like embarrassing for a great platform like yours. I don't think you should go that way at all. And if there's demand for it,
no fucking way.
Don't bend. It just makes you look bad.
Well, Ballyport, you got to understand, we're an open community, right? There are people who trade a lot of different ways.
But
we're different platforms than ours that they can share.
It's not a matter of opinion. There's things like the various race there's a runs test. There's DWT. There's a bunch of tests that you can even measure the probability of the price being in the random walk at any given time. It's not a matter of opinion. It's just there's a lot of demand for people who are not bright enough, honestly, to do this, to think that they're. And bottom line is that it's sort of scammy. And there are easy ways to do a better job. You can look at the distribution of the returns. You can look at the moments. You can look at relevant things. But these TA people are just people who don't get it. And there only takes a type that like publicly debates mathematical facts.
By TA people, you're referring to people who, by TA, just so I understand, technical analysis, right? People who, all right.
Yeah.
Any TA has 99.9% of it is based on wrong assumptions. Price is not mean reverting. Returns are price is not normally distributed. It's log normal. Returns you can assume like there's all these things that like you could educate it. The people who come and look at the IV rank of a stock that's elevated. Aren't like I think you're underestimating the intelligence. You don't need to bend to this like hey I want a finger paint, give me some tools. And we have our stuff on TradingView. It's a $3 billion company. Not one person there gets it, and the scale of this scam is just huge. Hey, draw a line and just ask yourself, why is that the money delta half then? If I'm wrong. The second assumption of the fundamental hypothesis of Black-Scholes has to be wrong. Now, I think anyone that you bring on versus the people who won Nobel Prizes for these things, it's not even
right. So for those who are listening, what Balfour is basically saying that a lot of technical analysis depends, or the assumption is that you could predict.
Let me just say the facts. The facts are, unless you don't have enough evidence of autocorrelation is statistically significant, you can't claim the price is not in a random walk. Okay, so then you can at any given time know the probabilities, and that's the p-value test. So when we say, hey, if the odds of the price being in a random walk is less than 5%, then it's not a crazy idea to trade delta directionally. Then you can have things like VRT that shows you if there's autocorrelation present, and that's the only time that the price is mathematically. People you say random, they think like crazy things. But if I showed you a geometric Brownian motion, there's no way you could distinguish that from a stock price. And all it is that it's a random motion where every next tick, and this is people understand this intuitively. Next tick, nobody knows. Up and down, same odds. That's what it means. And if I showed you a randomly generated Brownian motion, there's no way you'd say, "Oh, this is not a stock chart." And these are facts. It's like academics don't even bother telling people because they just look at these guys as liquidity. But there's no reason to like just ignore facts.
Okay. So just to summarize for people, what Balport in a nutshell is just saying that you're not, if you're using price transactions, there's no way to predict if the next price will go up or down based on a previous price. There's no way to do that, which is
sometimes there is enough autocorrelation for you to say, hey, that here price is not, you know, there's self-similarity, but generally about 95% of the time, that's not the case. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So that's basically the argument that you can't use a technical, like a chart, for example, to say that looking at a chart, I could look at the price history and then determine if the next price will be up or down, you know, in the next second, in the next
you
minute,
can even get you can even do a Markov chain where you have odds of up versus down, but it's like a sports spread bet. The most likely outcome the most likely doesn't need to be the outcome. Like in sports, the underdog could still win. You can know, right? 70% up, 30% down, but still could, you know. So
but you don't know. Right, you don't know if the next roll will be up or
down. It's exactly like a sports bet. So, but like there's no argument that there's a spread, right?
Right. So the arguments, you know, you could maybe create probabilities of, you know, it's more likely.
That's what we do. That's why I'm so passionate about the whole thing. Like it's the most important thing, and it's right there, and majority of people don't even look at it.
Which is really what we focus on is the probabilities and the So I mean, and then basically in general, that's what we agree on. That's what we try to explain, you know, to people, where you cannot.
But I'm very strict with, like, let's not entertain. I know that it's more polite to say, hey, there's, you know, everyone does this, but the fact is, if it's no different than guessing C and passing a test, and there's no guarantee the next test you're going to pass.
Yeah.
If you're not even looking at inefficiencies to spot them, you don't even know what they are. And if you by some luck you exploit them, you really are guessing. So, but again, the concepts might be hard, but like pictorially, that you can VR a lot of these things we make for we make for ourselves, and some of them we let people use, and it's just you can elevate the whole thing and be above the TA nonsense. And really, if you go on Twitter, you go on TradingView, the tide is shifting. We've been doing this for like 5 years, and publicly, not a lot of people are going to come and say, yeah, this is my chart. I drew this line, and because of my line, price is going to do X, Y, Z.
Right.
It just sounds dumb. So, you know, and you know, something about the RSI, for example, a lot of people use. Not a lot of people know the guy who came up with it. There's a funny thing that they go, there's no way he's a mathematician or a physicist, because he divides two averages and he doesn't cancel out the ends.
Right. So, and
like it's complicated math, and it doesn't need to be a field of like idiots. And it's the 99 thing. But if you go, hey, I can make the people be more profitable and then get some sort of carry out of that, that's to me a better business plan. So like,
right,
everyone's guilty, literally.
I think that
you offer a platform with RSI in it, you don't have a big sign that says nothing that here offered is based on any probability theory or facts, and it's just good to look at if you want. To me, it's like cigarettes, TA. You need to have a big warning that, like, you know, I'm gonna get TradingView hopefully to bend and do this, but like that's what people should know, because when as a new investor you come in, you have no idea. You go, oh, this guy seems smart, I'm gonna look at what he does with, but then people use RSI, and if you told them, hey, what is RSI? I've heard people go, oh, I've traded for 30 years, I think there's volume in it. You know, it's some gains over some losses. Why would it predict the future? And it has assumptions of price being normal. It's a bunch of dumb, you know. Anyway.
Yeah. So look, I'm not a technical analyst. If somebody is and they want to counter that,
The
that's
other
fine.
guy, like Buzz boiling my blood, that's what was in the chat. That's why it's like I'm just yelling at two guys who agree with me right now.
No, Bollypore, I appreciate. I mean, that's the reason I wanted to bring you on. I wanted to get your opinion in front of the community. I mean, we don't have a big.
No, I appreciate it. It's very nice.
PA section on the on the Market Chameleon, but we do know people use it, and what we try to do is show how the options may be a better choice when you do or are looking at TA, because you can put some probabilities in your decision making. But a lot of people out there in the community are asking now, what exactly do you use Market Chameleon for, if you do? I mean, you did come on, and basically
I use it
what
daily.
you're doing now. I mean, I have someone in the chat now who's really interested, and he says
elevated IVs, and then I look at the moments, which is the moments are to describe the shape of the distribution. You go the distribution, and you look at it as the log returns, and we have a bunch of tools, but like the part that you guys have the back end to look at every stock and keep track of the IV ranks, and that we don't have, so I use your service.
Okay.
And literally everyone who tries to be a trader, I say number one, maybe number one or two, second, first or second thing you need to get is your service.
Awesome.
True.
Well, thank you very much, and we appreciate the insights. And
Honestly, I'm just saying facts. I'm not doing it to do you a favor. It's
but I'm just saying to come on, it's brave enough to come on and talk about it. So thank you for that, because a lot of people, would not look. A lot of people share their opinions with me personally, either call me or through emails, but to share it with other people in the community, that's very helpful, because other people get to hear, right? Not just me. So that's why I'm saying thank you for coming on a show, talking about it, and yeah. So I guess we're right up in if there are anybody who wants to come on, follow up, talk about it, we have a couple minutes. If not, we are, I think, closed on Monday, right? So Monday markets are closed.
Awesome. All right.
Monday is a holiday.
All right. Well done, Bali. Sorry, my mic is way too hot. What the fuck is going on? Check. Can you guys hear me? There we go. Well done, Bali. That was a very, very good explanation, even though you're like, I think just woke up. Well done, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. It would be a shame if Marky Chameleon went the TA route, because they're actually legit one of the only good resources out there for looking at IV rank, if not the only resource for looking at IV rank. I know we've looked a bunch at it on this stream to try and get some opportunity, see where options are either cheap or expensive, see where volatility might be coming in. All right, let's get started with the stream. Welcome, everybody. What a start to the day with that awesome Market Chameleon segment. Wow. I'm happy they had you on, too. That's fucking great. All right, before we start off, a couple of disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just a trader trading my own shit. For all the tools I'll be using on stream, they can be found on the bapigindicator.com website. These guys make the best mathematics-based indicators on TradingView. And the guy that you guys just heard speak is actually one of the founders, if not the founder, of this entire project. He's definitely the one that converted me over to this math-based trading. There's a referral link in the description of the stream. They also have a bunch of free tools available, so do check them out. We have a Discord available as well. Come follow us there. Come hang out, ask questions, learn new concepts, and it's a great resource for people finding more opportunities than you can find, just because there are more eyes on things, and people in general are pretty damn experienced nowadays with these tools. Anything else? Yes, I do have a Twitter available. Come follow me there. Come hang out. And I do my best to shitpost and look for opportunities outside of the stream there. All right, let's get into it. We have 1 minute before the market open. We'll do a quick little review. Not a review, I should say, but a general overview of the market. Maybe we'll stick with some of the more important stuff today. I don't think much has changed worldwide. Let's see if there's anything crazy. Hang Seng is down. 1% still above the due. Nothing too much has changed. Let's get into the US stuff because we are now open. Welcome to Friday, everybody. Need more streams like that? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's take a look at Dow Jones. Dow Jones opening down, entropy moving down, HVP expanding, currently at 75. So when we are getting into these, you know, crazier HVP readings of 74, 75, you know, it does give you some opportunity for crazy shit to start happening. The mean absolute deviation HV that I use for this tool does matter. Like it does matter whether this is at 100 or at 17, you know, like if you think about it, like HVP can be high, but the VIX can be, for example, at 28, right? It's just the music is a bit too loud. All right, thank you for letting me know. Let me quiet this down. It's hard to gauge levels on my end. My apologies. I hope that's better. All right. So with the HVP being a bit higher now at 75, does give us opportunity for some crazy shit to happen. The HV itself is currently at 17. The SSR is above the midline still, so crazy things can happen, and we are expecting a significant change in price as long as entropy is on its way down. I do have a 95 filter set on this, looking for significant price changes. We are seeing autocorrelation present here on the DWT and on the VRT, not on the Hearst. This is sampling a much longer period, though. This is over 365 days. Let's take a look at the S&Ps. S&Ps opened up today. Still not a good look as prices below the due. Big changes are expected to the downside. HVP getting to 94, getting pretty damn high now. Possible autocorrelation present with the SSR being above the mid-band and entropy moving down as well. Not a good look heading into the end of the week here. I don't have an opinion on whether today is going to be a down day or an up day. Judging by the fact that there is autocorrelation present, especially on the DWT. It's not significant, but it's getting in that zone. I would say probably a down day. This is with a lag of 1, although SSR is not giving you that right here, right now. Probably 70% chance we close between 43.46 and 44.18 for today on the S&Ps. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq also opening up. Entropy also not looking great on the Nasdaqs as it is still on its way down. SSR still above the mid-band, suggesting there is possibility for a trending move, and HVP at 93, so pretty damn high. Mom has flipped negative with the R-squared expanding, so that is pretty consistent with price being below the due and us expecting the big changes to come to the downside still. Let's take a look at the weekly quickly, and I'll probably actually do this off of the longer index. We'll do it off of the SPX as the market is open. So we do have a 70% chance of closing this week between 45.10 and 43.46. So very close to the bottom expected move, but nothing out of bounds, nothing too crazy here. This was expected at the start of the week, had 70% chance of closing within that range. The big thing here for next week, the big changes in price are expected to the downside. Volatility is still likely to pick up with HVP at 53 and rising. And the scary thing is the QCB is potentially going for an occurrence for a cross up with the mean for returns moving down. Not a good setup. Not a good setup at all. Let's take a look at Nasdaq quickly as well while we're here. Nasdaq, we do have an entropy read on Nasdaq. We had it on the S&P as well. It wasn't signaling significant changes in price on entropy. But on Nasdaq, entropy is moving lower on the weekly. I know this will take some time to materialize, but we're certainly staring at a setup on the weekly. This can take a very long time to manifest itself. A lot of bullshit can happen in the meantime. You got to remember that price is random, but as far as setups go, this is a pretty damn good one with price being below the due So significant changes are expected to the downside still. We're not really anywhere crazy on the probability. We are on the 5% cone. Of course, it is less than likely that we continue moving down, but we can definitely get 4 heads in a row. You know, it's an unlikely outcome, but we've seen this happen in real life. You can certainly go for a run of 4 heads in a row. So I would refer to the tools for more immediate stuff like the MOM, the mean, and the entropy to kind of form a little bit more of a bias, and the QCV as well. Not looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. Are we anywhere crazy on the monthly? Can we get a calculated expected move here? Maybe on the SPX. Also, I have been shouting this out on Twitter, I think for about a month now, that, hey, QCV is coming to an end and you were at some crazy probabilities. All right, we are getting to an expected move on the monthly. You have a 70% chance of closing February above 43.58. So that's pretty damn close to where we are now, and you have about, 7 trading days to find out. 7 trading days to find out whether we are going to close there or not. What time frame is that QCV? This is on the monthly. This is on the monthly. So this actually, I can't remember who was shouting this out. I think maybe Weebo's, maybe somebody else in Discord, and this is why the Discord is such a fantastic tool, because people spot shit that you just can't keep your eyes on. Monthly QCV occurrence is coming to an end, and it actually has crossed down already, I think, on the Nasdaq. So that's pretty important. That's coming off of this major move up after the Rona pump. So be very aware. I can't remember who, but they were suggesting that, hey, maybe for a couple of months, you may want to, you know, keep some cash on the sidelines. And what do you know? Now, the QCV crossing down isn't in itself like, oh, we are going down right here, right now. No, it's just suggesting that variance in price is going to decrease as long as this is the case. Currently, HVP on the monthly is at 70, so pretty damn high, but the HVZ is on the bottom band and is rising. So likely we see a volatility spike. There is autocorrelation present on the long term as well. 70% chance we close above 43.58 for this month. And then next month we get new probabilities. All right. Let's go back to the daily. What's going on today? Yeah, still within the first expected move. All right. Let's get into cryptos. Bitcoin breaking the 40K, breaking below the due. Not a good look here, as the SSR is now rising off of the mid-band, suggesting that a trending move here is very much possible. HVP still expanding. This is what we've been harping on ever since we got an extreme at 0. When was this? Somewhere around January, 15th of January, that, hey, volatility is likely to come in over the next 60, 120 days, and we are starting to see the craziness now. HVP for Bitcoin is currently at 34. Plenty of room to go, plenty of scary stuff to still happen. This does suggest that volatility will be higher over, you know, this isn't very specific, but I use as a rule of thumb 120 days or 120 counts. There's no kind of statistical backing to that, but nevertheless, we are in a rising vol environment, so do be aware. Keep an eye on the Hearst too. If this starts going into trend, this is going to be pretty damn significant on the move down, as that will be, the assumption will be, as long as that is the case, likely higher volatility and autocorrelation in the future, as long as that does persist. The last occurrence we got on the HEP going out of the mean reversion state was when we broke from the all-time high, and it was trending all through this entire period and started decreasing when we hit the most recent low. So very, very important tool here. There's also, I think Wolfram Alpha has a great tool on their website for the Hearst indicator to help you visualize what a geometric Brownian motion can look like with a high Hearst exponent versus a low Hearst exponent. So do check that out as well, because a lot of people have assumptions in their head as to what it means when a market is trending. It's like, oh, we're going to zero now, you know, Peter Schiff was right, I better sell everything right here right now. And they have very specific meanings that I would highly recommend you actually study. it will be worth your while. So currently the big changes in price are expected to the downside. Mom is negative. The mean is negative with the ZMA printing reds as well. We'll go over this in a little bit as well. Bali was kind enough to walk me through this tool and some of its nuances, so much appreciated. Fantastic tool. Fantastic. These guys are pumping out some crazy stuff. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum as well. So Ethereum has a higher HVP read at 57 with HV being at 87. So we can see some crazy volatility here, some crazy outsized returns in this kind of environment. You know, the next step from 50 is to 100. Does it have to happen? No, but that is certainly my assumption, that we are in a rising volatility environment, and the top end of that is 100. Between 50 and 100, crazy things can certainly happen. SSR moving up. Entropy is starting to move down. Nothing too significant here yet. Mom has gone negative. Mean is negative. And Hearst is in trend. Hearst is in trend with positive autocorrelation present. Not a good look. Not a good look. I know a bunch of people were, you know, going crazy over, hey, inverse head and shoulder fucking shampoo pattern, long everything. I don't know. maybe that's not such a good assumption. Maybe a better assumption to have is that price has probabilities and not patterns. Price does not have patterns, please. All right, let's do some user requests. Roku, yes, absolutely. Let's take a look. I've been making options win solely off of investing people in WSB, and I've got 6 of 7 win rate on options this week. Earnings plays, nice. Maybe you can add to the team and share some of the earnings plays that you've been making, because me and at least Moose would be very interested in earnings plays. That's actually something that I want to get into. It seems like a binary event. From just thinking about it, I personally think, I don't have any data behind this, I personally think that it would make sense to bet on either volatility coming in or volatility not coming in. So like I would probably just buy options and then if it comes in, great, and if it doesn't, then it's a L essentially. But if you wanna share some of those plays, we would be very much appreciative. All right, what do we want to look at? We wanted to look at Roku and Weebos. I think you're mentioning some silver plays as well. We've been harping on gold for so very long that volatility is likely to come in. Looks like it has been coming into the upside, and gold has been on a fucking tear. All right, powerful move in Roku. Holy shit, Jesus. Okay, so you are like way out there on the probabilities. I'm sure I could even get a higher one with 33 bars back, something like that. Yeah, pretty crazy event. This is on earnings. Not quite 0.1. Let's try 0.2. Yeah, so 0.2%. If you're betting on downside here, you're betting on getting 9 heads in a row. Is that possible? Yes. Is it likely? No. Certainly not a bet that I would like to make. Also, the mean is way outside of the band here. And HVZ is outside of the top band, and HVP is an extreme at 100. The scary part here is, and also SSR is outside of the band. The scary part here is the QCV turning up, so you can certainly spend some amount of days here. From an options perspective, I think this is a pretty simple play. Maybe covered puts. That's certainly something that I would be looking at, collecting some theta and maybe covering against further downside. You know, black swans do happen, but I think this is just a legit earnings play. Volatility very high. HVP at 100, HV at 107. So I'm sure options are expensive here. If you wanted to what would you say? If you wanted to play it a little bit more risky, if I wanted to play it a little bit more risky, I think just short puts, something like maybe 9 days to expiry. Thank you, Unc, for that strategy, by the way. Something like that would make the most sense to me. I don't think it would be too capital efficient to just buy calls on something like this, although that play has been made before. VGZ options, walk us through one if you can. June, September, 1C's gold miner. Let's take a look. Vista Gold Corp. All right. So another earnings play, I'm assuming here. Biddy dumping again. We'll take a look. This is on Arca. I don't have options in front of me. Random walk with the APIG is suggesting that there is no liquidity. So when there is no liquidity, likely the the bid and ask are pretty wide, and you'll end up overpaying or underpaying for some of them. So not underpaying, but like if you wanted to go short, you're not going to make that much premium. If the options made sense, personally, I think, well, maybe like the way I see earnings events is just like a binary play, and either volatility is going to come in or it's not. And if that were the case, I would structure an options bet, probably something not too far out on the strike dates. Excuse me, not the strike date, Jesus, on the expiration. Sorry, I still got Rona brain. Not too far out, just to cover the earnings, and then maybe like a week after. And I would just bet on volatility coming in, do delta neutral play. All right, also I've just been selling downside protection on QQQs as a hedge against my holdings, and it's been a great move. Yeah, anytime you get a chance to reduce your cost basis, that is a great way to look at it. In general, that's why like I don't like to play short side unless my risk is like limited or I'm taking a bet that's extremely small. But I am all for reducing your cost basis. That's a fantastic move. All right, this Biddy dumping again. What can we expect for Bitcoin today? 70% chance we close above 39,106 for the day. 95% chance we close above 36,968. And if things get insane, we could see 35,147 today. 1% chance we close below there. So that would be very, very scary, but it is within the range of probabilities here. And where can we expect the weekly to close? Actually, let's take a look at that as well. Weekly QCV turning up on Bitcoin as well, by the way. Not a good look as price is currently below the due. I know we love being moon boys here. It's certainly much, much easier just to go long some shit and go to the beach. But we gotta take what the market gives us. 38,660, 70% chance we close the week above there. 33,066, 95% chance we close above there, and 28,763 if things get insane. I don't assume that they will this week, just because, well, just because it would be crazy. 1% chance we close below there for the week. All right, how are the S&Ps doing? It's still within the first expected move, but not looking too hot. Let's check on some of the market favorites as well. Let's take a look. Actually, let's take a look at gold. Gold has been fucking looking great. All right, so HVP was at a 9 over here, and HEZ was very low, and we were suggesting, hey, likely we see volatility in gold, and looks like we have started to see the beginnings of that. QCV turned up on the daily. Volatility, still plenty of room to go at 20. SSR moving above the mid band. Mean is positive, mom is positive, although with a cross down on the ZMA currently. The thing that I wanted to look at yesterday I kind of shouted out before I ended stream, but my chart wasn't on, is the 3-day on gold. The 3-day on gold is looking like a powerful setup. Hearst looks like it's just entering trend here. QCV turned up, entropy moving down, and SSR, it's getting close to the upper band, so do keep an eye on this, but it still has some room. Maybe the next 3-day count and the 3-day count after that, so keep an eye on that. Gold is looking pretty damn good for a delta play. Looking pretty damn good. Obviously, to the long side, you're not anywhere crazy on the probabilities either. Sorry guys, give me 1 second here. I'm still recovering from the Rona. I'm feeling like at least 20 times better today. I'm feeling at least 20 times better today, but I'm still not at 100%, so I may boof some nose juice in between just to clear everything up, but we're doing it. We're doing it, boys. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Let's take a look at Facebook. How is 20? I'm feeling 20x better, but I'm still not at 100%. Like I slept through the night. This was a huge achievement. All right, Facebook had a similar setup to Roku. It was way out there on the probabilities, below the 0.2% cone, with HVP being very close to 100. This is the kind of scenario that I would be worried about, but the great thing about selling puts and then maybe covering them as well is that you get to collect that theta, because you don't have much room for volatility to keep expanding. Likely we do see some upside between now and if this thing decides to go down again, so that can certainly provide some sort of opportunity. As far as bets go, you still have to understand that you can do everything right and still be wrong. That is the nature of the market. But as far as taking bets go, this is a pretty damn good one. Not much has happened since we last looked at it though. Volatility cooled off, or HVZ I should say, has cooled off a little bit. HVP still pretty damn high, and you're still outside of that probability range. BTC at 30% weekly expected move. Let's take a look. Oh, I guess you're measuring them backwards. I do have mine set on real time on. I don't know how your sampling periods are as well. Yeah, but employee vesting period ends next week for Facebook. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I wonder how that will affect the stock. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I would still bet on the extreme. I would still bet on the extreme. Rather than, okay, I'm assuming that you're making the assumption that because the vesting period ends, they're just going to sell all their shit. Well, like, maybe. But I would still bet on the extreme. For 150 weeks. Okay, I have my sample size set to 300. More supply. Yeah, like it does make sense to me, for like it makes logical sense to me with what you're saying, but I would even if you think that, I think there's a way to play it with, for example, covering the short put. All right, I do have mine on a 300 sampling period. The 70% is at 38,662. We're not quite there yet. What were we doing? Let's take a look at Tesla. And somebody is shouting me out. Oh no, that's just a ticket. Let's take a look at Tesla. Still within the first expected move for the weekly. Still expecting more volatility on the weekly, currently at 66. Let's take a look at the dailies. Big changes in price are still expected to the downside. You are getting into unlikely land here, somewhere between the 1 and the 5% cones. Let's adjust this back. Yo, what's up, Punk? Dude, well fucking done. Well done on the Marky Chameleon. We streamed it over here. We loved it. We loved it. Those guys seem pretty receptive to the ideas, which is a change of pace. That's a rarity in this environment. Holy shit. Within the first expected move, nothing too crazy here. Expecting the big changes in price to come to the downside. Probably volatility over the next 30 days as HVZ is getting pretty damn low. Yeah, that shit was epic. Let's take a look at the silver plays that Weebos was suggesting. AG 3-day week. Yeah, nice find. Big changes in price expected to the upside. Nice setup on the QCV. HVP's got some room to go. Likely a spike in volatility coming up with entropy moving down. Pretty damn good. If you wanted to play this from a delta perspective, as long as the entropy is moving down, I would probably wait for the mom to cross up or the mean to cross back up again. I think it might be worthwhile here. Maybe take a chance off the expected move or the do, something like that. Nice find. Imagine with sauce enough, yeah. Yeah, I still want to see you go on the, what's that guy's name, Victor Jones? The guy that wanted to spar you with words? That would be, I think, the best. Although it would probably suck some life out of you. Because just a matter of time, exactly. If there's something you guys want to take a look at, do let me know. I would be more than happy to take a look at it. Victor Jones, master of positive trip. What did he say? He's like, yeah, everybody knows the math. Math is boring. Why would you want to bore yourself with? No, I haven't gotten to the new mean yet. We have been using it. Okay. New mean. This is a brand new tool from the BA Big team. Showing this off here. It is representing the mean of returns, which is the white mean we are seeing here. I do have this in log here. Let me make it more visually apparent. Let's take this off. Show bands on. Let's take this off. Okay, so it is attempting to represent the mean for returns with some more things in consideration. Currently, I am using the triple exponential on it, which takes into account the level as well as whether there's trend present and as well as seasonality. So this gives us a little bit more information, allows us to make a little bit better decisions, a little bit more nuanced. And it also has a ZMA function on it. So the mean itself is the yellow one, with the ZMA function being that red or green line. The thing it's attempting to do, it's attempting to tell you at the earliest, hey, when is there a chance that the mean has gone positive, when the ZMA flips over to the green here. So that gives us a little bit of a faster responding tool than, for example, the MOM, which also uses the ZMA. That is the average that we've been using. Is it the average? It's the line that we've been using to denote crosses down, potential little bits of downside here. Fantastic new tool. Especially I've been looking at this thing with like longer term stuff, like a 2-day, 3-day. Pretty damn good. So for example, it has just flipped red on the last count. Last time we got a green flip was over here at, where was this? What was the price on here? Closed at 36,000. So pretty damn good, pretty damn quick. Well done, guys. Well, seriously, well done. And it does have a bunch of other modes available. I would encourage everybody to read over the description and do a little bit more studying. outside of the stream, because this stream is really geared for trading, not so much explaining, but nevertheless, fantastic new tool from the BA Pig team. Thank you very much. Also, this will be sent out soon. Also, I should announce that there will be changes coming to the stream. I know I've been out of it this week, so not much new has happened for myself, but next week we are going to be doing much longer streams. We'll be doing the overview as we usually do, but we'll be actually going into trades. Most of them, well, actually all of them will be in the crypto market. I don't want to share my shit on the trades. I don't really want to dox myself, but on the crypto side, we can definitely start doing trading, and you guys will see these tools being used live. And I think it'll just make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more engaging for you, and it'll allow me to stay around longer and stream longer as well outside of the overview. So yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy that. All right, can you look at rope? Yes, absolutely. Let's take a look. Tokyo rope manufacturing, I don't think can. Bro, how many polls can you suggest? You've been suggesting a poll every fucking day. The answer is yes, by the way. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub, much appreciated. Skay, where is rope? What is rope? Rope is the meme for the, okay. It's like CWJ, isn't it? All right. Is there anything else you guys want to take a look at other than a rope? Maybe let's take a look at currencies. What's going on with the dollars? Starting off with the Dixie. Dixie, probably a spike of volatility over the next 30 days. Unk Pao, thank you very much for gifting us up. Much appreciated. Damn, you do way too much for the stream, man. Bro, chill. It's okay. Likely spike of volatility over the next 30 days or so. HVZ is pretty damn low. Let me set the mean back here to log. There we go. Perfect. Big changes in price are expected to the upside. HVP looks like it's cooling, but with the spike in volatility, I would assume that will pick up from a current read of 59. So pretty damn high already. On the weekly, I think this is looking a bit more scary. Yeah. Expect volatility in currencies over this year and probably next year, with HVP rising from a 0 currently at 21. So plenty of room to go. Plenty of room to go. Jesus, thank you guys. Thank you for the gifted subs. Much appreciated. Thank you. All right, how are the cryptos doing? Did we die yet or what? Let's take a look at the shorter term stuff too. Oh, throw away baby can. Guys. Yeah, Anons, all right. We all know who's doing it. Thank you, Unk Pao. Much appreciated, my guy. Much apprecited. Nice occurrence on the hourly with this down move, with entropy moving down, QCV moving up, HEP expanding here. Looks like entropy is on its way back up, with the QCV occurrence coming to an end. Autocorrelation present. Autocorrelation present. How's Ethereum? Jesus would not have. Yeah, Ethereum not looking as hot. This is unlikely to be a big move, but the big changes are still expected to the downside. SSR below the mid-band, QCV on its way down, but below the due, and entropy is moving down. Damn, it'll be interesting to see how today closes. It'll be interesting. For what it's worth, I don't think anything too crazy will happen. I think we'll close the week within the first expected moves here. You don't have much time to find out. Looks like we're coming off the first one right now. But nevertheless, some crazy shit can happen. For next week, I will post the probabilities on Twitter just so that everybody is, you know, clued in for next week. I'll probably do it for either Bitcoin or one of the major indices. Can Putin devs do something? Bro, Putin has been pumping the coin as hard as he possibly can. What more do you expect, man? He legalized the shit. The central bank was like, nah, and he was like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Putin devs is already doing it, bro. not much else he can do. Dan Pena was right. Putin is Satoshi. All right. I'm on all sorts of lists now. Jesus Christ, man. No. Can Joe Brennan do something? Oh, that Let's Go Brandon shit was so funny. All right, I will let's do a quick little recap. I will let you guys go. Next week we will be on much longer. We'll be actually doing some trading, which I'm pretty excited about. Currently, for full disclosure, as I've stated before, my current positions are just a short against my spot Ethereum. I have some puts at the 3,000 strikes. I'm not betting short. I'm just essentially covered in cash. Instead of foreplay, it's warplay. No, man, you've just been doing foreplay wrong. It's always warplay, bro. It's always warplay. All right, major things to look out for. On the US indices, the QCV occurrence crossing up on the weekly with price being below the due. Not a good look. As long as this persists, I would expect a move to the downside, a pretty damn violent one, as we are in a rising volatility environment. Keep an eye on that. On Bitcoin, very similar. QCV has already crossed up and is now pointing up, so keep an eye on the close of the week. That will certainly put some bias into into my assumptions for the upcoming weeks. For the US stuff as well, Nasdaq entropy moving down, QCV already turned up, rising volatility environment with big changes in price expected to the downside. Not a good look. 70% chance we close between 13,957 and 14,619 by the end of the trading day. Very little time to find out, actually. For Ethereum, who the fuck is texting me? Go away. Go away. For Ethereum, very similar. QCV turned up. Price below the due. Within the first expected moves, big changes in price are expected to the downside. Currently on the weeklies for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the SSR is not above the mid-band quite yet. So do keep an eye on that. Gold is an interesting play here. From a weekly perspective, QCV turned up. HEP has plenty of room to continue rising. Big changes are expected to the upside, with the daily potentially taking a break here for a couple accounts, but overall likely to continue up. At least that is my bias. Here you do have autocorrelation potentially present with the VRT and the GWT, as although we don't know if that's statistically significant, and this has just started. The big thing on gold, I think, is the 3-day. With Hurston trend, with QCV turned up, with SSR above the midband and rising, and entropy moving down. All right, guys, with that, I will leave you. Happy trading to all of you. Have an amazing weekend, and thank you guys so much for coming out. I very much appreciate you guys sticking around. Next week, some exciting changes. I hope you guys will enjoy it. Friday raid. You guys want to do Friday raid? We can do Friday raid. We can do Friday raid. But we we've become such a professional fucking Twitch stream, guys. Even my dad watches this. although he probably enjoy the Friday raid. All right. Let's invade. All right, let's do some invasions. Let's do some invasions. If you guys have people we can invade, do shout them out in chat. I would be happy to take a look. All right, let me see. I specialize in raiding pretty woman. Alright, let's see here. Valeria, this sounds like a... Nah, we know. Alright, let me find something. Pools, hot tub, and beaches. My Russian accent is pretty good. Thanks, I've been working on it my entire life. Thanks. Alright, nobody in Russia right now is in a hot tub or pool. Right, let's see here. Jeez, the amount of dudes in hot tubs and pools is getting pretty fucking next level, to be honest. Alright, here. It looks like we're invading South America today, boys. Oh, although this is all in fucking Spanish, alright. Is it possible to invade my own channel? No, it's not. All right. All right. If you got parents, tell them to leave, please. All right. Have a good weekend, boys. We'll see you next week.